Okay, so today we're going to talk about a Buccaneer Jonesy. Is he good? Hey guys, come and join us at twitch.tv/TeamVASH. We stream 18 plus hours a day and we're the most active Save the World streamers on the planet, so come and join us and be a part of the team. No! Oh man, you garbage! Oh, this character is a trash bag. Just an absolute piece of junk. Garbage. Oh my gosh, this guy's vomit. What a complete waste of time. Oh, okay, so let's take a look. First off, he looks really cool. I love the skin. Looks amazing. But let's talk about why this character just fails so hard. Oh my gosh. All right, first off, thematically, he's kind of cool. He's got lefty and righty, which is a total garbage ability, but you know, it works for pirate themes. It's just way weaker than the minigun. It's pretty bad. It's terrible. Let's not beat around the bush. Lefty and righty sucks. Anytime I see lefty and righty on a character, I'm like, oh jeez. All right, whatever. Shockwave, top tier, amazing ability. Should be on every soldier, and when it's not on a soldier, that soldier feels like garbage. So that is pluses. Warcry, awesome ability. Super great. Great for rock and miss monsters or smashers or any really big engagement. Use it around your friends. Completely butcher everything for 10 seconds. Great ability. Okay, so moving on to why this character is just puke. Absolute puke. And here it is right here. Buckle. Holy cow, guys. Man, aren't you excited? Dealing sword damage increases your pistol damage by 65%. Oh wait, no, for only 6 seconds. Yay! That's so great, right? No, that's not great. That's the worst. Okay, we already have a character in the game called Ranger Deadeye. Ranger Deadeye gives you 50% bonus pistol damage forever. This here is 15% extra damage with one of the worst trigger I've ever seen. Like this thing, the trigger's so bad. You have to deal sword damage. You have to attack with a sword to get a 15% damage bonus. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about getting a 15% bonus damage for 6 seconds. And you have to attack with a sword to trigger it. Now, wow. Wow, man. Wow. Oh, wow. So stupid. 65% for 6 seconds. And you have to attack with a sword to be able to get this damage. I want to show you guys something here. I want to show you Mr. Ranger Deadeye here. So this is our Ranger Deadeye. 50 pistol damage forever. No requirements. Just all the time. Every time you go to walk into a battle, you shoot something in the face, you get 50% bonus damage. All the time. Forever. I can't stress that enough. It doesn't require you to do anything fancy. Doesn't require you to play like a moron. You see something, you shoot something, you get 50% bonus damage. Now let's go look back again. This one gives you 15% more damage, but the whole thing, keep in mind, it's hitting sword damage only gives you a 6-second bonus. So for only 6 seconds, you get a super slightly bit more damage than Ranger Deadeye. That is mind-blowing. Let's show you something else. Jeez, this character sucks so much. I can't even believe this. This is just so crazy. I can't believe whoever like thought this was a good idea needs to get sent back to the mailroom. It's such a garbage team sometimes. What are they doing? All right, guys, let's take a look at Mr. Gunblazer Southie here. So this guy doesn't get a 65% bonus. He gets a 105% damage bonus. Granted, it is for 2 seconds shorter. It's a 4-second duration instead of a 6-second duration. Except that you can trigger this by using phase shift, which you have pretty much infinite of, and you can use anytime you want from a safe distance to put yourself into an even safer distance to completely devastate anybody. This guy is amazing. 4 seconds of completely wreck you into the ground. You get a static 50% for Ranger Deadeye. This guy gives you double that for 4 seconds. double. Now that's a buff. Not 50, not 100, 105. Over double the power for 4 seconds. And all you have to do is phase shift. Just blink, melt, blink, melt, blink, melt. Amazing. Such an intuitive, useful trigger. You don't even have to play differently. Your normal playstyle is going to be so conducive to this working and giving you damage. You're always going to want to teleport to a better location and then melt the living face off the enemy. Never mind having to be like, hey, you know what would be a really good idea? How about I play a character that has me running into my death to fight with melee, with a character that, you know, there really aren't any good instantaneous melee damage skills in this game. You can get like an extra, you can get like crit on a sword. But let's be real, you're not using the sword for the sword damage. You're using the sword to get the pistol damage. So putting support perks into sword damage is ridiculous. Because all you're trying to do is attack with a sword so that you can pull out your mega damage pistol. But it's not a mega damage pistol. You're not getting double damage. You're getting just the tiniest little bit of extra damage. Like just a pitiful amount of extra damage for 6 seconds. So fight stupid, put yourself in danger for no reason, and get a mediocre amount of extra damage. When you're in battle, fighting intelligently, fighting smart, you're never going to be in melee range. If you're smart as a pistol user, melee is only going to be something you pull out when something sneaks up on you or catches you off guard, or, you know, you're not going to run into your death to try to melee so you can get the dumbest, weakest pistol bonus imaginable. Like, that is ridiculous. Now, this character sucks so hard. So let's talk about how this character could be fixed. Because this is a neat idea for a character. And when I first saw it, I was like, okay, maybe. I wanted to keep an open mind, maybe. But the more I played this character, the more I realized this character is just an absolute trash bag of garbage. So let's talk about how to fix it. Because you can fix this pretty easily. This is not a big deal, right? I could fix this pretty fast. Dealing sword damage increases the pistol damage you do for the next 6 shots by 100 or 150%. 2 shots even. 1 shot even. Every time you attack with a sword, how about 1 shot? How about every time you deal sword damage with this weapon, your next pistol attack does 200% bonus damage. Attack with a sword, come out with a 1-shot pistol and just crit the fit, well, like smash him, just hit him crazy hard. Sword attack, pistol attack. Sword attack, pistol attack. Makes sense, right? It's piratey. You come in, you go with the sword, bang, you attack him, pull out your 1-shot pirate pistol, boom, and just like blow the guy's head right off. That's amazing, right? That's super thematic. It's not going to be top tier because it's jinky and it requires you to play in a really weird way, but it's amazing. That's like, oh man, now that is worth the entertainment value of maybe not being a top tier character, but it would also have some really crazy like synergy with really slow firing weapons. You get these 1-shot kill pistols. You know, it's going to be great with a character like this. You know, if you go and like have a 200% damage bonus on a thing that like is a nuke, you're like, oh yeah, quack, boom. It's just like drop a bomb, right? Just crit the face off that guy. You know, something cool like that. Dealing sword damage gives you some amazing huge damage for like 1 or 2 shots. Like 1 shot would be good. Or if you're going to do this 66-second nonsense, then it better be like, you know, 200%. You know, something wild, because I mean, you're putting yourself in danger being at melee range to be using a pistol. And frankly, I think that if you're going to use a character like this and it's going to be sword damage, pistol damage, it should be like a 2 or a 4 second duration, but with a much bigger reward. Like the you know what I mean? Like the cost, you know, benefit, negative. benefit, negative. Like really, really terrible negatives, really awesome positives. So like having to be at melee range all the time, constantly with a soldier character using pistols is stupid. But if you have this huge benefit where you're like huge, risk reward, you're in combat every time you attack with a sword, you get like 2 seconds of like mega damage with your pistol. You're like, ba-bang, boom, 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 bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. 2 seconds. You're like constantly. You can't run away. You're stuck there. You're like in the hot zone. You're like this crazy, super damaged pirate that has to go sword, pistol, constantly switching and attacking and going crazy all the time. Like, dang, man. Dang. Amazing. This character is a huge fail, and it would not be hard to fix him, but in his current form, like in the current format that they have built for this guy, this character is an absolute complete joke. So, Buccaneer Jonesy, is he good? Heck no. You garbage. Trash tier. Piece of junk. Never going to use this character again. They need to rework this guy, because this is a complete, absolute letdown. Okay, so there is one more way that the commander perk could also be modified to actually make sense, and that is if the sword and pistol damage was switched. It would still need a buff. The damage is still stupid, but if the pistol was the activator and the sword was the bonus damage, this character would make way more sense, because it doesn't make sense to put yourself in danger to get a bonus that is mediocre. But if you had if the pistol damage was activating sword damage, well, then you are naturally going to be fighting in that element anyway. Your normal element is going to be, okay, pistol, 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 pistol. Oh geez, things are too close to me. Switch to the sword, and because you just attack with your pistol, you're going to have this hugely empowered sword. That would make sense. It would be much, much better to have a pistol activating a sword than a sword activating a pistol, because sword activating pistol makes you fight stupid. It makes you fight in a way that's gonna get you killed. Whereas pistol activating sword, it has natural synergy to protecting yourself and survival and actually making sense. Shoot with your big pistol, boom, and then start fighting with swords and, kill everything. And then pull out those pistols, boom, you could have like 2 pistols, you go boom, sword, pow, 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 switch to another pistol, boom, back to your sword, pow, 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 pow. That would make sense. Even still, the damage would have to be 100%. Like it has to be 100%. It has to be amazing, because you're giving it a 6-second timer, and you're forcing weapon switching, which between 2 weapons that don't necessarily have a lot of synergy. Pistols and swords can work. It can work if you had like a nice one-shot kill pistol. You go just like, drop a pistol bomb and then start fighting with your sword. Pull out another pistol, huge pistol bomb, start fighting with your sword. Having that big, huge sword damage would make sense, because you're like, you're regular fighting as swords. You're like going to town fighting at melee, and then you're pulling out pistols for these big, huge shots to get activators to keep your sword powered up. But it doesn't work the opposite way. You can't go sword and then be like, oh, I'm trying to like shoot pistols at close range. That's just dumb. It's going to get you killed. It's not effective. There's no reason to have 2 close range elements. It's like you're either going to use a sword for close range combat, or you're using a pistol for close range combat. Pick the one that actually works better, right? Don't. It just doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. It needs a bigger buff, and it needs to be flipped, or it needs to be, modified to have a much bigger risk reward. So, 1 or 2, you attack with sword, get 1 big shot with a pistol, or attack with a pistol and get, 10 seconds worth or even 6 seconds. 6 seconds is fine. To 6 seconds of sword damage, as long as the sword damage was high enough to be relevant and to be worth using compared to the other characters that already exist. That's the thing, is it has to be like, if you're going to give it a limitation, a second limitation with an activator, then it needs to be basically double as good. Like Gunblazer Southie having 105% bonus for 4 seconds. You know, makes sense. Activator, high reward. It has to be much better than the static passive reward. 15% higher than something you could have at all times does not make for a good character. You need a higher risk reward, a higher activator to benefit ratio. You know, it has to be at least double. If you have a 50% passive, then if you're going to do something that requires you to do some janky strategy to get a limited time bonus, then it better be at least 100%. Like 50% to 100% minimum. It could be argued that it could be even more and still not be overpowered. And the fact, so yeah, bad skill. Yeah, this is Buccaneer Jonesy. He is a sword pistol specialist. You kill something with a sword and you power up your pistol for 6 seconds. So power up and then huge damage. So anytime you attack with your sword, you could then go with your pistol and just basically, well, maybe not one-shot kill, but you get a very strong bonus on this guy. This guy's commander perk is pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know. It's honestly it's not super impressive. If you compare this to Gunblazer Southie, Gunblazer Southie gets a much bigger bonus to pistols, and he has much more incentive to utilize pistols because he doesn't have to get within melee range to activate the pistol bonus. This guy requires that you actually get a melee attack off and then switch over to the gun. For 6 seconds you get empowered, pistols, which, is not really all that impressive. So as you can see, with a good gun you can pretty much one-shot kill most things anyway. 2-shot kill on a husky. So really, what's the point of pistol? Because this is pretty janky, right? You got to get in close to activate this. It's like, hey, having a melee modifier. There we go. Now I can go and pull this out. Have 6 seconds of punishing. Like, I don't know. Like, it just doesn't seem like it's worth the damage bonus. When you can just go with a flat damage bonus of 50 compared to a boosted bonus of 65, but 65 being a 6-second bonus, this character honestly is completely worthless. Like, right now, I'm going to kill all these things without having my damage bonus at all, because the damage bonus is honestly too annoying to try to activate. Like, it's the incentive is not big enough. It's like the damage bonus should be so much bigger than Gunblazer Southie because it's so much less convenient to actually achieve. Melee is dangerous. Melee puts yourself at risk, right? So you don't really want to be using melee. See, I can make it work, right? I can make it work. But it's a really janky, really not intuitive way to play. It's not smart. It's like I'm purposely putting myself in danger, to try to get access to any of my character's power. Whoa. He does have Shockwave though, so that's nice. But that's not really a reason to play a character. Shockwave is kind of the standard for soldiers. So I don't know. It feels pretty off, honestly. I barely noticed the damage bonus. 65% is not a big deal. It's much, if you're going to use a pistol character, you should be going with, crit. See here, I wanted to shoot this guy, but I knew I had to move in with for the pistol shot for it to actually have any sort of value. So we'll go like that, and we'll unload. So I know it's okay. It's not garbage. It's just very awkward. I don't think 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get no benefit out of this whatsoever. There will be moments where, see, even then, like, I just got the damage bonus, but I didn't need the damage bonus. I can one-shot kill any of these guys, right? It's only really relevant against really big targets. You kill a small target, and then you target a miss monster. Small targets are already all one-shot kills, and you can do it from a safe distance, where you don't need to actually put yourself in danger. A one-shot kill. Yeah, especially if you crit. It's just like, oh hey, boom, you're dead. Yeah, not impressed. Not impressed. I would never use this character ever. This is a soldier with pretty awkward abilities. He's got the you know, the dual pistols, which is notoriously one of the weakest abilities ever made. Like, this here is, you know, not impressive in the slightest. It's like pretty much not any different than actually using pistols. In fact, I think I do more damage with my pistols than I do with that ability, which is hilarious. It's pretty bad when you're one of your skills is actually a downgrade in damage. It's like using ninja stars. It's like, yeah, you could use ninja stars, or you could just shoot things and kill them 10 times faster. It's like, it's one of those, like, why is this in the game? I don't know, because it looks cool. It's the only thing I could say about lefty and righty, is it looks cool. We'll see how this guy actually plays out in a mission combat scenario. Now the question is this ever relevant? Ever. So we're using swords, and we're looking for opportunities where pistol damage is relevant while using swords at the same time. So far, no. I don't think I've had 1 second worth of actual relevant functionality from this ability. There we go. Got a little bit of use out of it there. Tiny little bit. Now it's pretty organic. Use my sword. Transitioning from sword kills into melee kills. Oh man, my accuracy's on point today. Boom! Hip shot and everything. But if you have to change your gameplay, put yourself in danger on purpose to get a very mediocre benefit that's like gonna cause more harm than good to your gameplay, then yeah, it's really, I don't know, the more I use this, the more I think this is just absolute trash tier. There's just no point. There's no point using a weapon synergy that has no like major obvious benefit. If you're going to get a limited time functionality for doing something dumb to get some kind of power, then, you know, it should be like significant, like something significant. So basically, I could do what I'm doing on literally any character, and you would basically not notice any difference whatsoever in what this character's functionality does. The synergy between the pistols and the swords, I don't think made the difference between killing one enemy in this entire game. I only got it to actually work. I only got the buff like a couple times throughout the entire match where, you know, I even shot a target that wouldn't have been a one-shot kill anyway. All in all, I think that Buccaneer Jonesy is an absolute trash tier joke of a character. This is garbage. It's the damage bonus is worthless and just completely unnoticeable. Even if this was kill something with a sword and get a, yeah, the only way that this would work in its current state would be is if you killed something with a sword and you got a 15 or 20 second bonus. Like, it would have to be so much more than it is. Like, because the 65% is just worthless. It's totally worthless. It's like you can get a 50% bonus just by putting, you know, the character in your main slot. Like, why wouldn't you play Gunblazer Stealthy? Gunblazer Stealthy can phase shift anytime he wants, anytime, as many times as he wants, pretty much, and get a 4-second buff for, you know, almost double the amount of damage bonus that this guy's getting. This guy's getting a 65% damage bonus for 6 seconds. Gunblazer gets like 100 and some for a 4-second bonus. Yeah, this character doesn't make any sense. It's completely trash. Even if this character was the same as Gunblazer with a 6-second duration, if this guy had over 100% bonus damage for 6 seconds after a sword kill, it still would be bad because you have to sword fight. You don't want to be in melee range. Like, if you're in melee range, you're not, you know, in I need to go and fight and do some pistol damage range. Like, when you're in sword range, you're sword fighting. When you're in pistol range, you're pistol fighting. You don't run in, you're like, hey, I'm gonna run in stab something and then get back to it and start fighting with pistols. It's like, no, that's not the way it works. That's not the way battle works. That's not the way fighting works. There's no, it's ridiculous. Like if you're in close range combat, you're using swords. If you're in long range combat, you're using pistols. There's no activator that makes sense. Like a phase shift it makes sense. You can activate from range and attack from range. It would make more sense if the pistol activated the sword damage. If shooting or killing something with a pistol activated bonus sword damage, then you'd be fighting as they're coming in on you. You'd be getting kills, and then when they got too close, you would switch to your sword and have this damage activator. But you're not going to go from melee range to try to like back up shooting guns at them. That's just stupid. All right, guys, I really hoped you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, leave a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below, guys, if you want me to do any other reviews, and I'll catch you guys next time. So if you like this video, come check us out on Twitch. We Twitch stream 15 to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every single morning starting at 9 a.m. We'd really appreciate the support. We're working really hard to grow the Twitch channel, so come and check us out. Come help us grow and be part of TeamVASH. Thanks, guys.